Before I start this video, I just want to say I made a second channel dedicated to my love of Funko Pops. If you like that kind of thing, please go check it out. On to the video. The Fabelmans is a semi-autobiographical film based on Steven Spielberg's childhood. From the discovery of his love of film as a young kid, starting when he saw The Greatest Show on Earth, to meeting John Ford and gaining work in a studio. For all of its nostalgic glow and heightened sense of reality, this still strikes me as being one of the most authentic and honest cinematic memoirs in recent memory. After all, isn't this how our memories work? A series of sentimental exaggerations and romanticized distortions. The Fabelmans feels decidedly memory-driven, reminiscing through rose-colored glasses. Each scene provokes the perspective of a kid or teen with a keen eye, who takes his camera everywhere and cuts together the best parts for all to see. Sometimes what Sam sees and what he shows in his films conflict with each other, because in making a piece of film, you're cutting away a memory that may not be nice or worth resharing. The camera doesn't lie, even if it is all subjective. And in The Fabelmans, Spielberg is completely subjective. I don't know anything about his family history, but the film speaks a lot to the fact that the parents, or his perception of them, are portrayed as gentle, patient, supportive, and borderline infallible until the scene begins to tear apart how each piece of drama and tension is presented to the viewer. Feels like a man who is recalling the pain he felt and how deep his remorse is for anything that may have pained his loved ones. He wants to take his memories and film them through a lens so he can manipulate a happier ending. Spielberg reveals in The Fabelmans that he's been creating himself this whole time. That is, of course, what we do when we make art. But if you've been creating yourself for years through soldiers and scoundrels, robots and aliens, imagine how potent it would be to finally create yourself through yourself. Technically, The Fabelmans is a well-shot movie, and the scenes where Sammy makes his films were captivating, creative, and a joy to behold. The real star attractions here are the performances. Both lead and supporting roles are excellently cast. Paul Dano and Michelle Williams are fantastic as Sammy Fabelman's parents, Bert and Mitzi. Dano has the difficult job of portraying a man torn between his commitment to his work and his family, and especially torn by his lack of support for his son's hobbies. In another filmmaker's hands, this plot point would be overwrought and bland, but in Spielberg's, it feels unique and personal. Williams portrays Mitzi as a woman also torn apart by internal and external forces, with her actions leaving both Sammy and later her entire family emotionally devastated. Her storyline leads to some of the most heartbreaking sequences of the film, and most of them find Williams at her absolute peak, broken yet determined to pull things together no matter what she may lose. She portrays Mitzi as resoundingly human in a way I have seen few films pull off this well. Spielberg recognizes his parents both had serious faults, as we all do, but writes them with an immense and deep love. It's spellbinding to watch the making of a master unfold. The Fabelman is memoir, myth, and self-portrait rolled into one. It's the birth of the greatest pop culture force of the past 100 years, the shaping of a preternaturally talented artist. It's an answer to the question, who am I? And the murkier, naughtier question that lurks what drives us, why? It is the most poetic and thorough answer to such a question, which is to say it answers quite a lot, while also leaving far more left to the imagination. It's not a comprehensive report or a perfect equation, it's a story. He understands the medium of film better than perhaps any other filmmaker who has ever lived. It's unlikely The Fabelmans will be Spielberg's swan song, but if it was, it would be a mighty one. One that looks back on a life just as complicated and as warm as any other, and how that life translated to a career of immense talent and inspiration. You can't call this an origin story for just the greatest living filmmaker. This is an origin story for all of modern cinema.
You always have to be the center of attention.
Stop shouting at her!
That has been nothing but disrespect from you. I'm your mother!
Family, art. It'll tear you in two.
You stop making movies, it'll break your mother's heart.
I don't know what to do anymore.
You do what your heart says you have to.
What was your favorite part?
Tune in every Friday for new movie videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what other movies you would like me to do videos on. Thank you, Mom, for editing the scripts for my movie essays. I appreciate you. Till next time, thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.